on the Jada situation, I have posted it on Facebook on my personal page or whatever. Is that I feel like her behavior and the way she's acting is a direct representation of when you allow society and family and friends to impact your decision making on who you should be and who you should not be with. And
Right.
it spiraled into her basically saying, I don't care about you indirectly, and then everything she's saying and doing is a reflection of that, rather than letting that person go and say, you're not really what I wanted to be with. I'm gonna just hang on to you because everybody says you're good for me and you're a right
Right.
fit for me. And so the lack of respect she has for her partner is a representation of that, rather than just saying from a long time ago, let me cut you off, not basically still being with somebody because they're good to you and they treat you right. If you're not going to love them the same way they love you, it's best to let them go rather than turning into this person. She was quiet for a long time, and now all of a sudden it's just like chitty chitty bang bang, let me just spray this dude down in every way possible. And it's like to get him to let me go, rather than her just saying, yo, I'm letting you go, I release you from this contract of being with me, go do you. And whether he keeps running back, talking about, I love my baby mother, I never let her go, on some DMX jump off. I'm saying, yo, but it's like,
Yeah,
bro, she don't want to be
it's
with you. Let her go, bro.
yeah.
Like, but then she also needs to basically understand that the way she's going about it is very wrong. We understand you hurt. We understand you chose somebody because everybody pressured you to get with the nice guy, the good guy, the guy that's willing to move mountains for you, but you ain't able to reciprocate that affection, then let him go. Let him be.
Listen, can I listen, man? Y'all, listen. I got a lot of feelings about this right here, right now, man. You know what? First, before I even talk about Jada, I want to talk to Will Smith, to Will Smith, because I recently saw a post. think I think you sent it to me, Mike, where it was him saying that, don't worry about me and Jada. This is an exercise in unconditional love. I remember watching that video.
It was it's an old video. It has nothing to do with the current situation.
Okay.
It was like last year. It was like last year.
But I think
It was like after the table talk conversation.
I think it was still relevant to the
Yeah,
situation.
it was still, yeah, it was, yeah.
Because people are getting at Will, like, what are you doing? Like, your girl is out here
They feel like
just
it's
like
emasculation. Yep.
burning you to pieces. Like, what are you doing? And he's sitting here saying, like, I was like, dude, is this like an example of like Stockholm syndrome, bro? Like, are you going
I
through
believe so. I
some
believe so.
dude? I get it. Like, you're trying to show the world that you love your wife, no matter what, no matter how she embarrasses you, no matter how she demasculates you. Fine, fair enough. But my issue with it is must I lose all of my self dignity to prove to the world that I love you? Must every piece of my sense of self worth be stripped away from me before the world believes that I love you? Like, what those feelings that you feel, you have every right to feel them. But there's certain things that in a relationship is okay to keep between the husband and wife. That there's certain things that a woman should voice to her husband and a husband should voice to his wife, to let that person know how they feel and not just be between us. But these are two people that are in the public light, and the whole world is involved in their relationship. And she is out here creaming this dude. I mean, dude, like, and it's like, I feel bad for you that you you're so concerned about trying to prove to the world that as much as this woman creams you, it's okay because it's unconditional love, and that's fine. But someone who loves you does not need to demasculate you and see if you'll stick around for you to
Mm.
prove that you love them.
I
I,
don't feel. I'm sorry. I don't feel bad for him at all. He knew what he was getting into. He chose that for himself. That woman told you up front from jump, dog, that she had feelings for somebody else, and you still hawked it down like it was nobody else's business. More power to you, pimp. At the end of the day, because
Fair enough, but
when
does
they
can I
she
said,
does
propose?
she have to like?
listen,
Can I propose a question to everybody?
yes, go ahead,
Get your thoughts and opinion. I actually have two.
go
One,
ahead.
Jada. Did you guys not think Jada had an agenda when she married Will?
That's again.
And I say that, and were we just in the fairy tale that two beautiful black people were married, and they were part of our growing up
Hmm.
and a normalcy of seeing two couples two black couple together
Mm-hmm.
with no rumors or anything at all,
Mm-hmm.
like an idol couple for us to look up to. Did
Mm-hmm.
we look? The question is, did we turn our heads when we knew that Jada married Will with an agenda?
I think the world wanted to believe that it was possible, right? Because it just wasn't a whole lot of that.
Hmm.
Black people, black excellence, black power.
No,
There wasn't a whole lot of that, and it was
it was
beautiful.
not.
Will and Jay Will was already one of the most popular actors. Everybody loves Fresh Prince of Bel Air, and then Jada was just up and coming, from a different world. But she was beautiful and such poise, and she was the representation of a strong black woman, and we loved it. We loved to see it, and it was great for a time, and it's been great for a time, and I personally believe that Jada has been through a lot in her life. I think she's going through a lot in her life. She chooses to put her life in the public eye, which is fair enough. Um, but I do agree with you. I think that there was always some agenda.
Right. She was up and coming. This is verbiage. She
Exactly.
was up and coming. She
Hmm.
was not Jada Pinkett Smith when she and Will started
Hmm.
dating and
Facts.
got married. She wasn't doing the Oprah interviews. It was just a little girl on a different world, Tupac's friend type situation. She was not known. Jada had an agenda because, as
Sure
she would
did.
say in her book, which I'm reading and I'm almost through with it, but she's made it that she's always had an agenda for things. And she had to grow up that way, being a drug dealer and things of that sort
Hmm.
that she said she had to
Hmm.
be.
She was
So
surviving.
marrying Will, in my personal opinion, was an agenda. Her
Hmm.
dropping these secrets and these bombs that we all had speculation about, the August Alsine
Mm,
situation had an agenda. It was all the buildup for her to get the sales and get the funds and have some type of dollar amount close to what Will had a dollar amount with, for us to be able to leave. She's smart, don't get me wrong. She had an agenda when she married him. She had an agenda with the rumors that she dropped, and she's got an agenda now. She doesn't believe in divorce because her money doesn't match his money yet.
mm, mm,
So, in
mm.
my personal opinion, she's doing this. The funds from the book tour, the funds from the video, the funds from the audio will all come where she is comfortable enough to finally sign those divorce papers.
Mm.
But she's doing all of this at his expense.
And
Because
there,
at the
there it
end of
is,
the
right there.
day, she's getting all of this stuff because she's not that great of an actress. She can sing. I mean, she's like
Um.
a rock singer. So let me clarify.
Oh,
She's
okay,
a
okay,
rock
okay.
singer,
You're
so
right.
she can
Correct.
rock. Okay, she can rock,
She
but
can.
she's not.
The rock singer.
She sings rock music. You know that like Loudsky means
Oh, I
like
ain't know.
You know
so
the loud yelling.
right. So she is an adept rocker, but there is nothing other than her looks. There is nothing super great about her other than the fact that she is married to Will Smith. And so her clawing her way to the top, because this is literally what she's doing. She's climbing over his face in the process and pulling him down. And when it's all said and done, she got where she's going.
Mm-hmm.
He's emasculated. His public image is what?
Disintegrated.
Right? Because Disney's not going to want to partner with him. He can't be Genie anymore in this controversy of craziness,
I
right?
disagree. I disagree.
I don't
I
know.
think the way Will Smith is handling it, or the lack thereof, will determine whether or not he gets more. He's always going to be Will
That's
Smith.
I
true.
have to agree
Oh,
with you.
That's
I do.
true.
I think the way
That's
that
true.
he's handling it is the best way. We live in a very sensitive society, and if he was to retaliate and
Anyway, no,
combat
we
her,
I
we
agree
all
with that.
know.
I agree with that.
I agree, and but I ain't gonna lie to you though. That slap to Chris Rock though, bro.
bro, like honestly,
Bro,
like
that ain't no coming back from that one right there. I'm sorry, bro.
what do you mean? He's already had a movie on Apple TV. He's already
Yeah,
had.
it was straight to Apple TV because nobody.
It was already
Yeah,
on Apple
cats
TV.
didn't really care for all that. Let's just be real. Let's be
no,
real.
it
It was
went.
already
No,
slated
no,
to get
no,
on Apple
Mike.
TV.
To be correct, the reason why it went right to Apple is because the screenwriters are on strike.
Yeah,
That's
it was
why it
Yeah.
went
already
right
slated
to
to.
Apple.
Hey, either way, however that turned
I'm
out to
being
be.
honest. Like I'm more upset with Will than I am with Jada. And the reason why I'm upset with Will is because when I see, because he wrote a very sweet letter to Jada when she started, advertising the book, saying, I respect you so much. I love you
Yeah, I
for
saw that.
being, I saw that. I thought that was very nice. And that's great. Like you should support your wife, and you should give her a voice, and vice versa. Your wife give you a voice as well to speak your truth.
but it shouldn't be a
to a
event.
certain extent in the public eye. Like when two people have are married or whatever, there's certain things that it's okay to keep between y'all. I don't feel like I feel like her expressing her views to him about certain topics, not everything, but certain things that are just really sensitive to the relationship, is perfectly good. But when you start divulging information, it's really sensitive things, like when she said, it came to terms with the fact that Will Smith cannot satisfy me. Like when she made that comment,
Emasculation.
come on, man. Like, if that isn't demasculation, like one on one, like I was like, dude, come on. You don't need to tell the whole world that. You know what I'm saying?
One, we also don't know, that could be a kink for him. Eh, who knows what the dynamic is of their relationship? Some people probably want to be like. There's different forms of BDSM. There's like multiple levels. I didn't know about it. There's like multiple different levels, and this could just be another form of their BDSM where he's being publicly
Then
demasculated, and he gets off on that.
that goes back to emasculation and effeminization being a perception, right?
Yep.
Because we see it, okay, undermining his confidence, okay, financial control, not really so much. Public humiliation, yes. Withholding intimacy, yes. Questioning masculinity, yes. Comparing him to others, Tupac, yes. Ignoring his opinions and feelings, when she had him
Yes.
on Red Table Talk talking
Mm,
about her craziness, like
mm.
exerting dominance. All of these things are like red flag.
Yes.
But
Yes.
it goes back to perception. If he doesn't perceive it as being emasculating, does it count?
But when a victim is a victim for so long, they don't know they're being
Stockholm
victimized.
syndrome.
They're
Stockholm syndrome.
thinking they're
Yeah.
they're they're thinking this is everyday normal
This is
behavior.
normal.
Yeah.
I also think that Will Smith has been in the game for a long time. He's a smart guy. He's a very
He is.
savvy person in Hollywood, and he understands that he has to be very careful about how he responds to this. I
Yes.
don't think his response is accidental, and I don't think it's this unconditional love thing that he's trying to portray to the world. I think that this is very deliberate. I think he understands that if he responds to all of this in a way where he seemed to be trying to stifle Jada, or he seemed to be trying to attack her or whatever, I think he understands that that would be bad for his personal life and his career as
Right.
well, because he will be canceled in 2 seconds. And
Right.
so I don't think that this is his response is a mistake. I think it's very deliberate, and I think that Will Smith knows exactly what he's doing.
The memes out here
I
in this
agree
world
with
are so
that.
hilarious. I posted one on my Instagram. It was hilarious. And if your girlfriend cheats on you, put a hair remover in her shampoo bottle. And she gonna act like Jada. She gonna look like a too. I ain't gonna lie. I've been dying off these memes though. Oh my god, they
Hot
are just too funny.
mess.
Back on topic, I agree. I think
Thank you,
that
Lisa.
um
Uh,
I think Will has not canceled his career. I don't think his image of the Will Smith has changed. I think
Agreed.
if he spins this in his direction, this can
Be
rejuvenate
great for him.
a new career. Yeah, it can rejuvenate the new coming career that we can anticipate. I think Jada,
Absolutely.
in a sense, has canceled herself
Hmm.
because every week, and you've seen it on Good Morning. How many Good Morning America? I think she's had 3 Good Morning America
Yeah, a
interviews.
lot.
Hmm.
Um, we've seen her on The View. We've seen her on all the major talk shows, and every talk show she's going on, it's some new piece of evidence. And
Yeah.
a lot of people I've talked to, and we've had our own opinions about this, is she's telling too much.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all grew up in a household. What happens in my home stays in my home. There are some things we share and some things we don't. I personally find it extremely disheartening to know what happened in your bedroom. Like, I was always, I don't share. That's just
Yeah.
not an option. I don't share what I do with my person, how good or bad that person is. Like,
Right.
if that's the person I rock with, I'm not going to tell my homegirls. That's just the thing. Like, a lot of people are deterred because she's sharing so much, and doing what she is emasculating him, that she is canceling
Right.
herself.
Right.
I
Yeah.
think
It's
book
like every
tour got,
week.
I heard that her book tour got cut in half. She was booked for like 50
Yeah.
states. She's down to 25, I think.
Mm.
Well, and I had one of the people on my social media was like,
Mm-hmm.
"What would y'all feel the same way if it was a man doing all of this stuff?"
I don't
He'd be
think I,
raked. We would be
Oh my
raking
God.
him through the coals if it was the other way.
Mm.
I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, yeah. He definitely he wouldn't even make it to week 2 with his mouth running like that, bro.
He'd
I'm
be
sorry.
Hmm.
considered an abuser. He
Yeah.
would called an abuser.
They would send FBI for questioning her psychological profile and seeing if he's been psychologically abusing her. He would be brought up on charges so fast. It'll make January 6th look like a ticker tape parade. Okay.
It is a
That's
double
what the
standard.
reality is. You know what I mean? That's the reality is. She's getting away with it because she's a chick. Let's not forget that.